the remind. What's up, guys? How you doing?
What's good, Negroes?
What's up? I don't know if you still wanted to talk about that or if you wanted
Nah,
to
nah,
just
it doesn't even matter, bro. It doesn't even matter.
okay, not a big deal. Okay.
It's just look, man. Women are being robbed around my area. Okay, that's all. That's all that's happening. Okay,
What?
it's just.
Yeah, somebody's hitting licks on just women in the area. It's cold, huh?
Yo, it's honestly, it's just been this week. I check my smartwatch, my Apple Watch, Smart Flex, Small Flex. But I check my Apple Watch. You know what I'm saying? Apple Watch SE. Seventh generation. But yeah, I be checking the watch. You know what I'm saying? I be hitting the little button. I be like, "Hey Siri, how you doing?" But I'm joking, obviously. But like, I get notified of all the crime that happens around my area. And there's been a lot of women getting robbed recently. A lot of women getting robbed.
Damn.
Why are women walking around at this time of night? That's my question. It's a winter storm.
You victim blaming? What was she
Oh,
wearing?
we out here starting the pod the right way. The way it was meant to be started.
This is the last episode of the pod.
Right. No more forbidden episodes, please, God.
Nah, you guys gotta understand. You guys gotta understand. Minnesota is literally yesterday and the day before, it's been like negative 15 degrees, okay? Being outside is abnormal behavior. You're asking for trouble, okay? And if you're doing some type of crime in this type of weather, you are starving. You are
I was
feeding.
gonna say you're definitely hungry if you're a
For
criminal
real.
at these times.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you ain't me.
No, you're starving.
Look, bro.
You're not hungry.
Bro, from the attacker side and from the victim side, I hope it's an emergency on both your ends as to why you're both outside, you know?
Hey.
But,
Like y'all, like she better be stealing too, bro.
Yeah, for real. Women just robbing around or walking around
Robbing
looking
each
for somebody
other?
to rob and
I
getting
genuinely
robbed.
look. I hope it's women on women crime, bro. We're
That'd be
progressive.
hilarious. They
Yeah.
out here robbing each other.
Nah, then I need the Robin mixtape, like a Who mixtape.
For real.
I need to see who's really prolific outside. Oh man. They have commitment. You feel me? They're committed to the grind.
Exactly. That means they know what they want.
Of,
They're ready to get it. They disciplined.
Speaking of commitment.
Yeah, that's where I was going. Let's go, Haash. You picked up on it. Let's go.
Speaking of commitment, how can we get the everyday person into One Piece? That is my
Before
question.
we do that, let's introduce ourselves.
We'll intro.
Yeah, we gotta introduce ourselves. I forgot who I was for a second, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, for real. What's good, y'all? This side from the OFC podcast. I'm here with the homies. I got Haash in the building. What's up, Haash?
Ooh, how you doing, people?
And I got Hungry. What's up, Hungry?
Yeah, who hungry?
And Hungry is coming back from shoot. This man's jaw was wired shut like Kanye. She was crazy.
Got some wisdom teeth pulled and then decided to take my ass on the basketball court and catch an elbow. So I had to wire my mouth shut so I didn't fuck it up anymore. So I got a new mouth, everybody. New mouth.
New mouth. You feel me?
I'm ready
but
to
yeah,
quit that
Hungry's
word.
back.
You heard a new tits? You heard a new ass?
Yeah.
He got a new mouth, man.
New mouth.
Pause. Sorry. Well, no pause. I don't know.
Yeah, ain't no pause.
Remember when Lil Duval used to have what that mouth do? I'll show you what this mouth do.
Oh man. But yeah, we were basically talking earlier before we started recording, like people feel like the biggest obstacle to starting One Piece is that it's 1,000 episodes and they feel like they have to finish it, I guess, and they have to like finish it in a certain time frame. Or I think people are afraid like they get like 300 episodes in or something and they feel like, hey, I don't even really like this like that, so I just wasted my time for 300 episodes trying to figure out if it's good or not. But honestly, I just feel like it's not that much different from anything else. Like, you make a commitment. One Piece is probably like 350 hours total. Even like, and that's including filler and stuff. Like, you've put more time than that into like your favorite game or your other favorite TV shows. So I don't see why not give it some type of chance. I don't know.
Well,
Hungry, you don't watch One Piece. Why don't you watch One Piece, man?
I ain't got the time for it, bro. Like with everything, I'd have to figure out like, because I like to get through stuff as quick as possible.
Why?
Just so I can get through it all done. And then I'm also one of those people where like, even if I don't like something, I'll finish it. So like, I've been through so many shows where like, there's like 2 or 3 seasons. I get through like halfway through the first season, I'm like, oh, this shit is trash. But knowing my dumb ass, I'll still finish it all. So I'm like, fuck. And so like, if I go through One Piece, get like 300 episodes in, and I'm like, oh god, I don't want to do this shit no more. But then I know my dumb ass just because of how I'm wired. I'll still try and finish all of it, and I just can't do that. But like for like a video game, like I can put 1,000 hours into that pretty easily, just because like I'm putting something in and getting feedback out. With One Piece, like you're not really putting anything in. You're just sitting there
What do
while it's
you mean?
playing and
Oh,
hoping to
hold
get
on.
something out.
Well, Hungry, I hear your argument, but like,
Mm.
I feel like gaming is a bigger waste of time than watching One Piece. No, simply because like there are so many games you guys put in like thousands of hours in, and sometimes you guys don't even like the game. You know how many people complain about Madden? How many people complain about like the most recent FIFA, but they'll play it, you know, reluctantly.
So
That's
With
when
One
they
true.
Piece,
complain about that, they're not complaining about the game. They're complaining about their experience with the game. So like if they're playing competitive, they're playing it against somebody else. So they're just
well,
mad because
no,
they're getting their ass beat.
well, hold up now, bruh. I got a rebuttal to that because like people specifically complain about the gameplay, and they'll still play it because everybody else is playing it, right? Now, One Piece, right? It's highly regarded, right? Has a lot of prestige in the anime community. It's even known as like typically, I mean, what's around the circles, it's known as like the greatest anime series of our time. You know what I'm saying? Of our generation, simply because of like how long it is and like the massive fan base that it's accumulated over the years.
Mm.
It's I mean like it's you're being sold a great story by not just like oops sorry did you guys hear that no
You good? Keep
barely,
on.
barely. Continue.
oh okay there's enough there but what was I saying like a bunch of people love this shit and a lot of people like also rate it high so I don't know I'm on the fence like give it a try. And for the hours that you did watch, you'd probably enjoy it.
Yeah, but to put that many hours into something and then not finish it through, like you feel like you're just wasting time. Because even with like a video game, you're putting in your inputs into the video game and getting feedback on that input. With TV shows, you're not putting any input into the game into the TV show. So to sit there and have something uh basically show you stuff for hours and then you just not like it, because we all know people aren't a nuanced take, or they don't look at things through a nuanced lens. It's either a pass fail, especially for TV and media. So it's really good or it's trash. And so to
But I got
sit
a
through
question.
10,000 episodes, or not 10,000, 1,000 episodes of trash to somebody, eh,
That's okay. A
that's a
thousand
hard commitment
episodes,
for people.
sure. But like, let's use a smaller uh show for scale, right? Like Game of
Mm,
Thrones, right? Game of Thrones. Most people would argue the first 4 seasons are probably the greatest television on TV the last like decade. You know,
mm-hmm.
right? Would you say it's worth watching those first 4, even though knowing like the last 2 seasons were kind of meh, especially how it
Fuck
ended?
no.
What?
In my opinion, no, because
What?
this is what's going to happen is when you watch those first 4 episodes of the or first 4 seasons of the show, you're like, damn, this is so good, blah blah blah. But they're always going to want to finish the show, and you knowing that if you finish the show, it's going to be complete ass. It is going to discolor the rest of the show that you watch. That's why people were so mad at the entire show, because it was
They
so
felt
great up until
like,
that point,
yeah.
and then the last episode, the last
They still
season,
love it.
just no, they
They
tainted the
love
rest of
it,
the season.
bro. Come on, bro. They still can't
It's
keep it
like
out
that
of their mouth.
one bad apple can fuck up a whole orchard or whole patch or whatever you want to call it. I
Hey,
can't
I'm gonna
remember the
say
saying.
something controversial, bro. Not even that controversial. If I found a fly in my soup, I'm still gonna finish that soup.
You're one person. Most people throwing that soup away.
No, okay. Here's the thing. Here's the thing with Game of Thrones and why it's different from One Piece. One Piece, it hasn't ended, so we don't know if it's going to disappoint us with the ending. But B, Game of Thrones, the ending fucked up everything that happened before it. Like, it diminished the story of itself. So, like, everything you liked about those 3 seasons was bastardized in the last season, or in the last 2-3 seasons, whatever the case may have been. So, I feel like with One Piece, I am about 250 episodes into One Piece, but I feel like I've had a good time so far, and I'm okay with the time that I had. I think that people want to make this whole commitment, and they feel like, oh, yo, I got to watch 1,000 episodes in like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, however long, right? They want to watch it all like back to back to back to back to back. But I just watch it whenever I feel like putting it on, If I'm not doing anything, I put on an episode of One Piece here and there. I'm not like in a rush to catch up to the manga or catch up to the anime, because there's no point in that.
So I got a question.
Before you do that, to piggyback off of what Sai said, I think more people will be happy to start One Piece once it ends to see if it's an actual good ending or a bad ending. Because if it's a bad ending, people are just going to throw it away. But if it's a good ending, all right, now I'll invest this time to put in to finish.
You're also missing the experience with everybody else. Like, part of the appeal of watching shows in live in real time is that you're experiencing it with other people, so you can discuss the episode with other people, right? That's part of the fun. It's the social factor.
Hey, Haash, and that goes back to what you were saying, Hungry, with the input-output thing. So basically, the input that you get is from the show, and it's like the opposite of a video game. Like, you put into the video game, and the video game gives you something back. The show puts into you, and then the onus is now onto you to give something back. So you talk about it with people in your community. Join our Discord, by the way. Or you write about it, or you watch YouTube videos about it. You talk about it on Twitter. So I think that's part of the appeal of something like One Piece that is so almost universally popular, is that you automatically become part of a community of people who have a similar interest to you.
All right, so let me piggyback on that. Let me relate it to you, Hungry. You're an MCU fan, right? I would say probably the biggest MCU fan out of all the people I know, right? You love discussing future or theoretical stuff that might happen in the future, right? In the movie series, right? With One Piece, you get the same type of dialogue, right? Where you're like, you're speculating like what the One Piece actually is, and like who's who, and who. I don't know. I don't want to spoil it too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much. It's a deep like what's it called? History in One Piece that if I start talking about it right now, it might just might not turn you off, but it might spoil some things that people typically like enjoy when they find out, like, oh, okay, so this is like connected. Okay, but
yeah,
sorry for going on a tangent, but
no, I understand. But
yeah,
to rebuttal that is with like the MCU stuff, I'm able to shut it off. So like I know, like, if somebody's only seen up to a certain movie, then we'll only talk up to that certain movie, and when they get to later on in those movies, then we can talk up to those certain movies. But I know a lot of people in the like One Piece community, they don't want to like, if you've only been up to like episode 300, they don't want to just talk about episode 300. They want to talk about episode 500, 500, 600, 700. And so to be in that community, not knowing what's going on, it's a lot harder to not spoil yourself.
All right, small rebuttal. Community's large, right? Probably 1 billion plus. You know what I'm saying, or at least 100 million plus. No, that's, I don't even know. There's a lot of people. Right? Get a nice part of that community to talk to about the series. So at least like when Sai talks to us about One Piece, right? We match his like level of like knowledge. His level of knowledge. We were like, oh, you've only seen up to this arc. Well, we'll discuss this arc, and then we'll discuss the bad bitches of that arc, even though I don't do that.
But then also, another thing is the MCU is in 375 hours. It's only 38 hours. And with that, it's a lot easier to truncate. But like, you can sit down and watch one movie.
But imagine you talk to somebody who's never seen an MCU movie. Like, they've never seen an MCU movie in their life. and you have to now sell them that they have to watch 24 different movies.
But the thing is, it's a lot easier to watch one movie one day, another movie another day, instead of 6 episodes one day, 2 episodes another day, 5 episodes another day. Because with the more episodes, the more truncated it becomes. It feels more like homework than it does
But
about.
the episodes are short. The episodes are short.
To you, bro.
No, it's like literally like people talk about this all the time when it comes to One Piece. It's like 5 to 10 minutes of like recap and 5 to 10 minutes of like I don't know, spoilers for the next or what's it called, the trailer for the next
They're really
episode.
16-minute episodes.
Yeah.
They're like 15, 16 minutes in reality.
Also, you don't have to watch it. You can read it too. Like if you really just want to like get through a big chunk through a small period of time, just read it.
Oh, and that's another thing about the MCU. Like the MCU by itself, it can't be read. So like all the stories you're seeing playing out on the big screen, like all the movies, these are original stories based on comic book characters. With the manga, like you have a choice to read the manga, which would just allow you to blow through it faster. But like if you were to want to watch the manga of like One Piece or watch the anime of One Piece, it's going to be a lot of information to take in if you just don't want to read.
So the
And so
beauty
like
of One Piece,
you have two different mediums to take it in. So again, it feels like homework as to MCU, which is one place where you can kind of play it, leave, play it, leave, play it, leave, and you'll finish it a lot quicker than 375 hours for One Piece.
I love that you used the analogy homework, right? If it's good, if it's good, it doesn't feel like work, right?
Yeah.
If you're just enjoying it, it doesn't feel like work. So if you're gonna like, I'm speculating, but like most people that get into One Piece are like, yo, this is dope, and then just keep on consuming it. It doesn't feel like work. And if it does start to feel like work, I feel like people start to, wane off of it. And then like they take breaks and then eventually come back whenever they feel like their interests are piqued again because of some type of dialogue that's happening in the community.
I can see that.
Yeah. I think that it's really just like a mindset thing. And my mindset of watching it is like I have not given myself any type of deadline to when I have to catch up to everybody else. I just watch it when I can. I watch it when I feel like it. I got burnt out after Alabasta, so I stopped watching for a couple months, and then I started Skypiea after that. And now I'm burnt out again, so I'm waiting a couple days, and then maybe tomorrow I'll watch a couple more episodes. But I feel like if you watch it wanting to catch up, you're gonna burn yourself out even faster.
And another thing is, since I haven't watched any of I watched a little bit of One Piece in the beginning, but it was just because like it was on during like Toonami and stuff like that. I loved it, but I kind of shied away from it just because of life and stuff like that. But the information, so the amount of information in like the MCU, it's all very easy. Like you can kind of trace back and stuff like that. I don't know if like the information, like do I have to watch episode 2 to know what's going on in episode 375? Do I have to watch episode 226 to know what's happening in episode 955? Like, does it have a lot of callbacks that you have to know? Because with the MCU, it has callbacks, but they're not as hard to find. So, I don't know.
I mean, Haash, you're probably better suited to answer this, but from what I understand, a lot of One Piece is known for like everything that's they're saying matters and it'll come back eventually. But like the part that I have gotten to where like this character comes back after being in episode 1, she comes back in like episode 100 something. Like it doesn't really matter that she was in episode 1 like that. She comes back as almost a totally different character, so it barely matters. I don't know.
What happened to Hash?
But yeah,
Hash because like with
Hash is taking care of something, but it's
yeah,
not a
with
it's
like
not a
the
super big
MCU, like a character will come in. Oh, that's Doctor Strange. Who's Doctor Strange? You only need like one movie to see who he is, or if like somebody like who's this guy in the black suit? Oh, that's Black Panther. You only need one movie to know who he is. But like if I need like 6 or 7 episodes that happen in episode like the 250 through 256 episodes to know who he is in episode 835. You're like, Yo, that's a lot to kind of recall. And so you really have to go through each and every episode to kind of figure out what's going on.
Okay. From my perspective, and again, I'm not super far in, but from my understanding, a lot of these people, they're shown for like 5 minutes in an episode and then they come back later. Like they do something that sets them up for who they're going to be later on. But it's not like you have to learn about this character and then they go away for 400 episodes and then they come back. Like the character that came back in episode 100, she's in episode 1 and that's it. Like she starts the story off and then she leaves and then she comes back. So it's not like you don't even have to watch an entire movie's worth about this character to understand them. But look, since it's just us two for a second, can we talk about... Oh, you back, Haash? Okay, look, I want to talk about the quote-unquote real movie fans. We've been having this argument for a minute because, you know, Tom Holland, he kind of went like viral from talking about how Scorsese was like shitting on the Marvel movies at one time in an interview where he said like they're not real films or whatever. And I feel like the quote unquote real film fans have been shitting on Marvel fans, and now they get mad that the MCU fans are like, they feel like they're annoying, you know? Like these people, they've been yelling, bro. The real film fans
get mad when they fight back. Like, come on, sir.
Yeah. The real film
like,
fans have been yelling at the MCU fans, yo, y'all shit is not real films. It's not high art. Like, I don't care if it's high art or not. I'm trying to see some explosions happen. I'm trying to see my nigga Spider-Man do Spider-Man shit. Fuck you. I don't care if it's a real film. Leave me alone. Leave me
and plus, I can get just
alone.
as emotionally attached to Spider-Man or Doctor Strange as I can as any of those Scorsese films with like what was the dude Travis from the Robert De Niro one, Taxi? Is that what Taxi Driver or something like that?
Taxi Driver.
Yeah, but like it doesn't like there's no like it's just a film. Like it doesn't really matter like one's high art or if the other one isn't. Like it's people doing what they love and telling stories. So
yeah, I don't know. It's just weird to me. Like they decided to resent this group of people because their favorite director told them to. And then they also got mad that this group of people resented them for being angry.
Sigh. Okay. I'm going to play devil's advocate. All right. I'm going to do it. I've been doing it all week. I'm going to do it again. All right. So, people, okay, look, whatever, cinephiles, whatever moniker they want to take, okay, these are just people that are annoyed with MCU fans. They're annoyed with MCU fans. MCU fans, right, are sometimes really diehard. I don't know why they didn't bring the same energy to Star Wars fans. I feel like they deserve the same amount of smoke, right?
My question is why they're mad at them.
It's just like the way
for being
people.
Mad?
Okay, so when people when a group of people, right, are very enthusiastic about a show, that enthusiasm, right, will turn people off. It is what it is. If you talk about something so passionately and other people just don't get it, they're like, I don't get it, they're gonna get annoyed with you. They're like, bro, it's basic. They'll strip it down to a very structural level where it removes all the charisma that's put into it. You feel me? You ever listen to a person that doesn't like the MCU? They're just like, they make it very bare and bone. They're like, yo, all this stuff is super like predictable. Like, where's the
type thing.
Yeah, it's not that deep. Da da da. Like you get those type of arguments, and then you're like, so what?
Like it's not supposed to be that deep.
Thing. I don't think any MCU fan likes the Marvel movies because they're deep or high art. I don't think that's why you watch those movies. So it's like, why are you sitting here telling me this thing that I already know? I already know it's not whatever the best movie of all time is, right? It's not Citizen Kane. I don't want it to be Citizen Kane. I don't like Citizen Kane. I just want to watch my stupid movie in peace. Leave me alone.
I think when people like hear MCU fans, it's like, oh, let's want to talk films, and then they bring up the MCU. It's like, fam, I'm not trying to do this. Like, I want to talk about like The Lighthouse. I want to talk about like just fucking Yeah, they want to talk about like movies. You know what I'm saying? Something
But
like,
my thing is, are people like when they're like, oh, like what's the? So there is a disconnect when they do like the Oscars and shit like that, or whatever the award ceremony is, where it's like
yeah,
best film or best action piece or whatever best director. Like I can see why people are like, yo, why aren't these movies like the MCU, the like Batman is like blockbusters and stuff like that, getting at least some kind of recognition for being what they are. I can understand that because they are getting somewhat critically acclaimed, but also they have like a mass audience to kind of bolster up their reasons why they should be getting a look at it. But when you get like the artsy fartsy shows or movies, like they're like most people aren't watching those, and so I can see why they kind of want that nod. But to go as far as some of these people are going, I don't understand it.
again, I just think that people, when they're annoyed with a group of people, are willing to shit on them. You know, like
Yeah,
what's a great example? Like people that just like only talk about LeBron when it comes to like basketball, and it's like, shut up. It's other players. You know,
Yeah,
other players in the court. Let's talk about that. There's a whole team. There's a whole
but
association. You
here's the
know,
difference
yeah,
between like that LeBron argument and them. LeBron's able to change the dynamic of a whole game just by being on the court. Like most of these MCU or even some of these like Scorsese films, they don't really change the dynamic of filmmaking just by being on the in film.
well, can we talk
Like
about the film industry? Like most films lose money, right?
oh, most definitely, yeah.
Yeah, because people don't buy the tickets or go see them. It's like a very like risky industry. They're like banking on one of them to pay for all the other ones. You feel
That's
me?
why we get so many what you call it? Like what do they call them? The redos is because they
remakes.
know like that
Remakes.
IPO, yeah, remakes. They know the IPO will sell, and that's why you always see the same actors in the same films because those people will put the butts in seats. Like Robert Downey Jr. will sell this many tickets no matter what he's in. Uh, Chris Hemsworth will sell this many tickets because that's what he's in. Gal Gadot, Scarlett Johansson, they all sell this many tickets because their name has that cachet to it.
You think?
So
Okay, so I have another. I just thought about this. You think cinema dorks? I'm gonna call them cinema dorks, right?
uh
Love the risk factor of films. Like they don't know which one's gonna pop, right? They don't know which one's gonna draw everybody's attention. You know, because like I think maybe they feel like the MCU, all these like remakes, all these like cemented IPs, right?
hmm.
Take away from like great films that people are missing because they put so much attention on these series or yeah, these movies.
But just thinking about it right now, I think it might be like a little bit of that, but I think it's also the cinephiles. They want new original stories. Like, well, not original stories, but like different. Like they're tired of the remakes because I know some even some of the regular people are just tired of remakes. They want like
Yeah,
I'm tired of remakes.
new
I'm
movies.
here to tell you, I'm
Yeah,
tired of remakes. I'm tired
but
of
I don't even.
anime,
But the thing
fucking
yeah.
is,
live action. I'm tired of
Sai,
all of
Sai,
it.
I agree with you. I just don't. The conversations around remakes is so annoying. Like people don't want it, and they're still gonna go and see it. You feel me?
That's because they
They
have
don't.
nothing else to
Nah,
watch. That's
I'm
the
done,
thing.
bro. I'm done supporting
Like
remakes.
if you have a choice between eating McDonald's or eating nothing, what are you gonna do? You're gonna eat McDonald's. But like
Yeah,
Give me
for sure.
what
fries.
they're saying is
Give me fries.
if I think some of them what they're saying is if if we can get rid of McDonald's, then maybe somebody will open up like an actual restaurant, that kind of stuff. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think. But those two, like I think that's what they think, but I don't think they're oh, what's is it mutually exclusive or correlated? Whatever the
mutually
word is. Yeah,
exclusive is the right
yeah.
term.
So like you can still open up a restaurant and have McDonald's. Like we haven't today. Like, and that's what I think. People are mad that McDonald's getting so much shine, but they still eat it. And then
This is
also you can still go to a nice restaurant or one of your fancy films if you want.
so. This is my rebuttal to cinephiles, the cinema dorks, right? These
Hmm.
movies that you guys are worried that are gonna lose some space. You know what I'm saying in the
Mm.
world of cinema, they're still being made. Get into
Correct.
fucking
Go support
international.
them now.
Yeah, they're still
Yeah.
being made.
Waiting for
But
the death of the MCU to go like watch the shit that they claim to actually like. That's my issue. I feel like they claim to like shit more than they actually like shit. Like it's the
And
same thing as like the real rap fans, right? Remember there was a point in time around like 2016, 2017 where it was like people were like, "Yo, I miss real rap. I miss when hip hop was about lyrical content and
yeah,
being
it wasn't
deep, blah
even
blah blah blah
it was,
blah."
bro.
But
1 second,
there were
sorry.
people out there making that already. There were people out there making it. So like, and you
yes,
didn't support it. You didn't listen to it. And I assume that there are movies out there right now that are being made and people aren't going to watch it. So
Well, do you know
most
shut
why?
up.
definitely
You don't
they're
Well,
fuck.
hold
not.
up, hold up, hold up. Okay, so let me give you some nuance onto that. Finding those movies now is a little bit harder. A little bit
Same
harder.
way finding good rap at that point, or not good rap, but lyrically based
That
rap
lyrical
was
miracle stuff.
hard. It was underground.
But
Yeah.
but people want it to be more accessible for them. They want things catered to them, right? Not
But
to the
that's the
general
thing.
public.
Like we don't live in your world. We live in a general public world. Like we have to go towards the most people we can, or these movie studios are going towards the most people you can. Yes, you have your niches that can kind of placate to what you want, but mostly it's going to every as many people as they can. So yes, it's not going to be as great as you want it, but a majority of people like it.
Yeah.
Also, Sai, not to be annoying, I feel like the real rap fans have always been there, even before 2016, bro. Like before
What
the
do you, in the
melodic rap.
sense of what, like
Like,
people who liked music like that?
like, well, so like, the people,
Or
okay,
people who complained about the fun guys?
the fun guys. Like people always complain about Drake. It's like, bro, what the hell is this shit? You know what I mean?
Fuck
Like,
Drake.
Yeah.
I'll say
I
that
think
any
it was
day,
more like
anytime.
people would
Right?
complain about like a kid and play type of rap, right? Where this
yeah,
is very commercialized. Even in like the beginning of rap, like Rapper's Delight by the Sugar Hill Gang, people complained about that because
Mm-hmm.
rightfully so for them because they were stealing. But
first group.
that's beside the point.
Hold up. Sugar Hill, they stole.
Yeah, that whole like the hip, the hop, the hippie, that's somebody else's raps, and they just stole it.
What? They stole it.
Yeah.
I was being taught that they were the first real rap group, bro. Oh my lord. Yo, they stole
Right?
that?
Yeah,
That's
they
wild.
finessed that.
Yo,
But
way to
yeah,
steal though.
what I was
Shit.
saying was like people have always felt like that. They felt like the art form needs to be the way that I like the art form to be, instead of the art
Mm-hmm.
form needs to be closer to what people like. I'm never gonna get mad at a genre of music that I don't like because I feel like it takes up space for the genre of music that I do. I'm not that
It's
selfish, and I'm
Yeah.
not that
but
unaware. Like if other people are always gonna like the accessible thing, the masses are always gonna like the accessible thing because the masses aren't hardcore fans of anything.
well, hold
Yeah.
up. Well, hold up. I think you guys are missing. I don't think people really hate the MCU. They hate MCU fans. Same with
Well,
like,
that's just stupid,
well,
in
that's
my
it
opinion.
is what it is, bro. Fans, right? Of certain like people hate J Cole fans. People hate
Yes,
J Cole fans because
because
they
the
think
fans are annoying.
the fans are annoying. I can see why, like the whole like people shitting on MCU is just like a way to attack the MCU fans, bro. I don't think
Mm,
they really care that much about the MCU. They probably don't even watch it. You know,
Correct.
right.
they yeah, they're just like they side eye the conversations that MCU fans have about the movies, and it's like, bro, are we is really spending? You know what I mean? Like it's like dudes, like anime snobs that look down on. Because I'm an anime snob. I look down on dudes, and I've done this. I'm a hypocrite. I have to preface this so much because I don't want to be called out later. But people that argue power levels, you feel me? People that argue power levels, like it's
Ah,
or imaginary fucking fights like that will never happen. Like, is Ichigo stronger than Goku? Will Gon beat Naruto? Like, come on, bro. Let's really like dive in.
son.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Like those discussions are fun up to a certain point, and then
yeah.
after that certain point, it's like, all right, what are we doing here? Because niggas get way too passionate for, in
Yeah,
my
they're
opinion, way
tripping out.
way too passionate over something that like it's unquantifiable. So it's just gonna be us just yelling over each other, saying that the character you like more is gonna win. Like,
Correct. I think that versus battles are cool, like inverse. Like I like the little Naruto versus battles, like would Itachi be able to beat Pain if it came down to it? Because there's like story implications that say, hey, maybe he would have had to fight him, whatever. But I agree, even that gets annoying after a while.
Because I think I watched like
where we were going
Afro
with this.
Senju versus somebody where it was like, could Itachi beat all the Akatsuki, or it was Minato? Could Minato beat all the Itachi? And then like at first, there's some good points, and then it just like after that, it was just no, he can win, and it's like, all right, we're not even having a discussion here,
bro. It all devolves into personal preference. Like, who's your favorite character, right? I'm gonna defend him. I'm gonna suck his dick right now. Oh, pause. But yeah, it's pretty much that. You know what I mean? It's just like I'm gonna fight for my favorite character as hard as possible. Like, man, what was the thing that me and oh shit, no, this is not a good comparison. I was gonna bring up what me and Wesley argued about back in the day with Super versus GT. I just love GT, you know, and he hates GT, you know.
Yeah,
and he's like, yeah, and I was like, you're not gonna convince me, bro. And it was just like, I like GT. I like GT.
And there's no problem with that. It's just when you attack people for liking what they like because they don't like what you like, then I'm like, what are we talking about? Like,
we're being immature, bro. That's what we're being, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with people hating MCU fans. I'm okay with shittiness, okay? Like, dude, toxicness, let's go. Dude, sign me up.
Listen, to me, I just think it's crazy because if I hated everything that I hate the fans of, I wouldn't like anything, bro. I don't think there's any group of people whose fans, like hardcore fans, aren't fucking annoying. I can't name a group. The real rap fans.
Any hardcore fans.
No. It's the amount.
It's irrational. That's the problem.
It's the amount. It's like, oh, is this a prevalent group and
so
I can't escape
popular,
them? Yeah. Fuck them. That's what it is, bro. And you should say fuck them, okay? You should make them feel bad. All right? Yeah. No, yeah, you're agreeing with me. You're agreeing with me.
No.
Bring talk.
I don't think I am.
Said no, fuck that. I'm not agreeing with you.
No, because I get it. I get it to an extent, but I don't know. If you want to be a part of it, it almost doesn't matter how big the group is because the hardcore fans are the hardcore fans. Like, I'm into fighting games, right? Y'all know that. Fighting games is not a huge genre of game. The fighting game purists are fucking annoying. Yo, this game is not like the old school games. It's so bad. They bastardized my baby. This is my favorite series. Fuck you. Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Any hardcore fans is annoying as fuck, and it doesn't make any sense.
Are you guys hardcore fans of anything?
Yeah, water, I'm annoying about it.
No, but like of what? What are you guys hardcore fans of?
Water.
Nah, I feel like I'm like always on the fringe of like a hardcore fan.
Hold up, you say water, bro? H2O?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. How you feel about salt?
Fuck salt, right? Water, right?
How you feel about Dasani? Dasani is not a real water drinker's water. You feel me?
If you're not drinking straight from the tap, you don't drink real water.
Oh,
that's fact, right?
Well, hold up. Is all tap water equal to you?
Yes. Right.
What if?
Nah,
it's not the same, bro. I don't know. Honestly,
because Texas tap water is disgusting. You can drink like Michigan tap water.
I was getting ready to say that. I'm from Michigan, dog. Their tap water is different.
If you ain't drinking straight Flint, you ain't drinking shit.
That's crazy. Oh my god.
And then I already know the water community is going to come after me.
The water community? But there's really a water community. That's what I'm saying. Hardcore fans of anything are annoying. Y'all remember when the quote-unquote real water drinkers got on the Twitter and started acting like drinking water was like they came down from the fucking mountain like they were Moses with the 10 commandments, but it was just one commandment, drink more water? I hate them.
Yeah. I'm telling you right now, social media.
No. I was grocery shopping like a month ago or 2 months ago, and I'm buying like a case of like 24-pack of water, right? Just like some random spring water brand, and like a girl looks at like the Ice Mountain brand. She's like, "Yo, that water is gross," and I'm like, "It's water, damn, it's water."
It's definitely some water that tastes like piss.
She's a
you know what it is?
Yeah, Dasani.
Niggas want to drink plastic. It's the plastic. It's the packaging, bro. I know some water tastes different for sure, right? But like, I think the biggest selling point of Fiji is the packaging. It's the plastic.
That's why you gotta get that Voss water, bro. That's straight glass.
You know, honestly, I fell into that hype and I did that shit, bro. I drank Voss. I drank $3 water, bro. And I
drank smart water for the longest time. It's all right. I like it. But I'm not paying like top dollar for like normal water.
Shit.
Yeah, I drink Essentia.
Who?
No, I'm cool on Essentia.
Is that the one with the pH balance or whatever you call it?
What?
There's a plus sign on it.
pH balance shit.
Did you just get water at STD?
Extra letter.
Hold up.
Motherfucker drinking HPV water.
You know what I like to drink? You know what I like to drink before getting into an intellectual discourse or debate? Smart water. I love smart water, bro.
Smart water is cool.
I'm telling you, smart water is good.
Smart water is good, bro.
Smart water is good. Yo. And it's not like absurdly overpriced.
No. Hold on. Is water priced differently in different states? Like it's $1.99
Not really.
No, I think it's like between brands. If you're buying like bottled water, is where you'll find the difference in price. But
also location, that's our boy Roby on the mic. Just so y'all know.
Yeah.
What? Oh yeah, Roby. That's Roby. That's our good old friend Roby.
Yeah, man. What we were talking about is basically like the hardcore fans are gonna feel a way about any casual changes to their favorite medium. And as their medium grows in popularity, there are obviously going to be more people joining who aren't as invested as they are. So as rap grew in popularity, there were people who didn't like rap as much as the rap purists. And as movies have grown in popularity with these Marvel movies breaking every movie record in the book multiple times, you have people who aren't as invested in films as people who used to be strong moviegoers back in the day.
Yeah, all these Martin Scorsese dickheads. Like,
yes,
I never like understood the, Marvel movies are like ruining cinema. Like, dude, you can still make whatever the fuck movie you want. Get the fuck out of here. Like, you can make whatever movie you want. You're already rich off of it. Shut up.
What Marvel film is better than a Scorsese film? Like, name a Marvel film.
What are we talking about better?
Listen, you mean like I'm gonna say a lot of them are better than most of the Scorsese films. I've only seen like 2. I don't care about this nigga or his career.
Hold on, you only seen 2 Scorsese films? Hold on.
Yeah, maybe 2 or 3. If I had to name them, probably what? Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction.
No, that's not him. That's not him.
No. I'm thinking Tarantino. Fuck. Scorsese films. How about
movies are fire. We're not going to talk about Tarantino movies.
Tarantino's movies are like actually entertaining. Although I had to break.
Have you seen Gangs in New York? Have you seen Gangs in New York?
No,
wasn't that good.
I haven't.
Oh, Hungry said it wasn't that good.
I was about to say names for Scorsese films.
Hungry, you're wild.
I can't tell you what I've seen.
I don't know, but wasn't
okay. Scorsese movies. Wolf of Wall Street, good movie.
I have yet to see it, but I've heard really good.
Shutter Island. Shutter Island.
On my list. No,
good movie. Not great movie though.
You didn't. I like
The
it.
Departed, good movie. Aviator, good movie.
I haven't seen any of these.
The Irishman, great movie.
Casino, son. Casino's a great movie.
I've seen bits and pieces of Casino. I like that movie.
You like
but only because it reminds me of. Fam, what the fuck did you just say to me?
Raging Bull. Raging Bull.
No.
Goodfellas.
It was Robert De Niro. Oh, all right.
The thing is, I get that the Scorsese movies are good or whatever.
I feel like
I can't watch a boxing movie that's older than like 1990, bro. That shit is boring.
Movies can be good. And they can be separate. You don't need to put them together.
I cannot watch boxing films that's not like a Rocky film that's older than 1990. I can't. I can't do
it. But why? Why? Hold on. I want to know why.
Because the shit is boring, 1. And 2, it'd be the most unathletic niggas. Huh? Raging Bull isn't a boxing movie?
Hold on. Robert De Niro is in Raging Bull, and he's just a violent man. You know what I mean? He's just a berserker. Okay, he's not. There's nothing boring about the film. He's just a piece of shit, and it's great. It's a great watch. It's a great watch.
Couldn't I just go watch
movies
like
are good, man. I'm not going to say anything bad about Taxi Driver. You're not going to catch me saying anything bad about Goodfellas.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, couldn't I just watch Taxi Driver if I wanted to see like De Niro be violent?
That's what his last name was. Bickle. Taxi Driver.
Yes, you can. But the point I'm trying to make is just, bro, Scorsese fans, real film fans, shut up. This is what happens when your medium gets popular.
Yeah, the moral is get the fuck off
It's
your
not a
highway.
medium that's free of this.
The moral of the story is if those indie films or things like that, support that shit so it becomes more mainstream, so more people can like that shit.
MCU
Because there are
fans, I
more
just gotta
people
say,
going to the movies than ever, bro. Y'all have more people in the space. You should be able to eat. And I think that's what ended up happening in rap with like the underground scene. These underground guys are eating now because rap is huge, right? Rap is the biggest genre, they say. I still don't know if I totally believe that, but rap is the biggest genre or whatever. So like these guys, these Griselda guys.
hold up, why don't you
like,
believe that? Why don't you believe that?
I don't know, bro. I just feel like people hate rap so much that I can't imagine everybody loving it. You know, people are so diametrically opposed.
A lot of people call it.
There's so many like rap haters, where people talk about it like, you know, oh, all y'all listen to is rap. Blah, 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 blah.
All right, no. That's a different type of hate because I used to hate on people that only listen to rap because there's so much other music to listen to. It's like I'm not gonna listen to your opinions on music if you only listen to rap. Like it's a goofy. Like you're only good at rap, bro. You only know rap. How do you know what other good music sounds like if you only listen to rap?
That's corny.
Oh, what's corny?
I don't know if it's necessary. You're like the Marvel guys, right? Yeah, you're like the guys who are hating on the Marvel guys. I don't know if the people who only like rap are interested in knowing good music. Maybe they only want to know good rap.
You're not gonna hear a good objective take if it's not about rap. Like if they hear something, like
they don't know anything else.
They don't know anything else. Like what? I'm not talking to a well-rounded person now. I'm talking to a specialist, right? But, and those conversations, they're kind of boring. I'm not gonna lie. I'd rather talk to a person that can talk about many plethora of things, that can take things from other genres, right, and then mix it in with the convo. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this sounds like because rappers listen, like really good rappers listen to other genres of music, right? Like,
of course,
you can
understanding of rap grows if you know other genres, right? Because rap is a sample-heavy genre of music. So, if that's my issue with a lot of rap fans who claim to be rap fans, is like, I feel like in order to have a great understanding of rap, you have to also have a great understanding of a lot of music that's sampled. So, for example, like your 60s, 70s, 80s soul music knowledge has to be somewhat on point. Or else it's like, whoa, this sample is crazy. What song is this? This song is mad rare, bro. No, it's not. The song was a number one hit in the 80s. You just didn't listen.
Well, to be a big fan of rap now, you have to have a really good understanding of 90s R&B because there's a lot of like
a
lot of decade sample 90s R&B heavy. Yeah,
it's not even like at least like have an interest of like learning about it. You know, like.
But for my thing is, I think these people who only watch the MCU, these people who only watch rap, I think they're not out there trying to critique other genres. They're not trying to think. So they're just staying in their lane. So for people to come in and say, "Oh, this person's not real,"
well, you don't know music because you are only dealing with this.
I don't know about.
I don't think they're trying to be.
No. You might be related to a person that's only into this type of stuff, right? You might get tired of them. You know what I mean? It's honestly the person that they're shitting on. It's not really about like what they enjoy. It's just a person. If you're an annoying person, you're probably gonna get some backlash. You know what I mean? And like my tip for MCU fans: learn how to fucking fight. Learn how to fight.
Bro, no, your tip should be stay in your fucking lane. If you're an MCU man and you don't watch any other movies, don't comment on other movies.
But I think that's
MCU
what was happening until these
movie
Scorsese suckers came after them.
That's what I thought too, honestly. I feel like they were minding their business.
Because think about it. Like, I think they were all just like, oh, yeah, MCU's MCU. And then Martin Scorsese, this shit's not real film. And that's when Tom Holland was like, yo, I've done the Scorsese shit. I've done the MCU films. The MCU stuff is fun. And that's where all this bullshit came out of. That's what it sounded like.
I mean, he didn't lie,
bro.
Do some push-ups, yo. Do some push-ups. Do some sit-ups, all right? Get ready to fight, okay? I'm about to fuck y'all up. Yo, I'm done. Yo, I do a violence.
Yo, his name is Haash. He lives at 1, 2, 3, 4 Main Street.
Oh, yuck. Yuck.
If you want to fuck him up, that's where he lives.
I'm ready to beat somebody's ass over a film opinion. Okay, I'm ready.
He is not. This motherfucker is not trying to fight. I promise y'all.
Yo, honestly,
if you pull up on Haash in the street, he is not gonna square up with you.
I really wish you come up with me, bro. Like, yo, put them fisticuffs up, okay? Put them dukes up, okay? We're gonna
fighting for
this,
either Martin Scorsese or Robert Downey Jr.'s honor is insane.
Hilarious.
If you end up doing either of those things, anybody who's listening, and y'all get into an argument on the internet defending Martin Scorsese or Robert Downey Jr., I need you to take a look at yourself. I need you to take a look at yourself.
Just kill yourself.
No, don't seek help. Whatever help you find isn't gonna help you.
I'm willing to bet my last name on this shit, bro. I'm ready to lose my last name, bro, on this shit, bro. Dude, I'm ready to risk it all.
We gotta go. We gotta get out of here. Ashley's gonna come to your screen. He's gonna come to your head.
He's ready to risk it all.
Disagree with him. It's time to go.
It's not on podcast,
if y'all made it this far into the pod, we really appreciate y'all. Thank you, Roby, for coming on. I appreciate you coming on as well.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. All right, I'll talk to y'all. Peace.
Smoke them chicks.
Stupid.
Oh man.